taking it up today. Does that change your position on it at all?
Well, it sounds like the Senate's taking it up. I don't know the exact version that they're going to pass. I don't know if they're going to add any amendments. Our caucus hasn't yet talked about it, but we will have that discussion. Chances are once the Senate shows us what they're going to do.
So you don't think that there will be a polling motion on the floor, or would you make any moves to prevent a polling motion on the floor?
Well, a polling motion, if the Democrats decided to do that today, would be nothing more than politics, because our caucus, unlike the Senate Republicans, where they've had an opportunity to sit down, talk about it, come to their own position, Assembly Republicans haven't done that yet, which is why I want to have an opportunity for us to see what the Senate does. We'll come back and we'll talk about it, and then we'll decide whether or not we bring it up on Thursday.
Why did you
raise the issue in caucus at all? I mean, it seems, given everything that's gone on with it, it'd be sort of unusual for this not to have been at least raised in caucus, but no one has.
Yeah, no, I mean, the topic was brought up, what's happening in the Senate, which is that it sounds like they were going to take the bill up that originally we thought they weren't. But we didn't get into what their bill does, what are the advantages or disadvantages of traditional chemotherapy versus oral chemotherapy, what the mandate would cost, how much it would raise premiums. We didn't have any of those discussions, and that's what we'll do on Thursday.
Why did you refer to a second committee after it already passed out of the committee then?
Because I was fearful of today, which is rather than having an honest discussion about how do we make the bill the best it can so it helps the maximum number of people at the lowest price, that it would be turned into politics, which is why if the Democrats bring it up today with a polling motion as opposed to allowing our caucus to talk about it, it's not about the policy, then it's about the politics.
But it passed out of that committee, so how is passing out of the committee?
Didn't pass out of an assembly committee.
Or it had a hearing in that assembly
Right.
committee, so how has it not had that sufficient discussion already?
Well, having a hearing doesn't mean that we've had a discussion either in our caucus or even in that committee because it never came up for a vote. So that's why we wanted to ensure that the discussion happened on the timeline that Republicans set, not one that's artificially set by somebody else, and that's why we'll have that discussion on Thursday.
In the Senate, the leader said he'd